Bayou Blood and Bone. An African diaspora hoodoo tale set in Creole, Louisiana. Narration and descriptions included for the blind and visually impaired. Episode 1, The Bone Charm. Summary for narration intro, video description. In the thick mist of the Louisiana Bayou, a powerful family of Creole root workers holds an ancestral gift and a terrible secret. Celestine, a young woman born under a blood moon, is caught between the old ways and a forbidden love. When her brother, Mathieu, discovers that she has been secretly seeing a man from a rival family cursed generations ago, it threatens to unravel not only their bond, but the entire spiritual balance of their land. With spirits stirring and betrayal close, the ancestors demand blood or bones, but never both. Main characters: Celestine Boudreaux, protagonist 19, a gifted root worker in training with a gentle heart and fierce curiosity. She's torn between honoring her grandmother's teachings and her love for a boy deemed cursed. Relation: granddaughter of Mambo Odette, sister to Mathieu. Mathieu Boudreaux, brother 25, the protector of the family legacy. Trained in both hoodoo and swordplay, he's bound by tradition and distrusts outsiders. Central conflict: torn between love for his sister and his duty to their ancestors. Mambo Odette, grandmother 70s, a feared and respected root worker. Wise, unyielding, and deeply spiritual, she is keeper of the ancestral bone jar. She knows secrets Celestine is not ready for. Silas Duverney, love interest 21, a charming yet brooding young man from a rival family believed to be cursed. His family was blamed for a betrayal generations ago. Holds a talisman that reacts when he touches Celestine. Central conflict: Celestine must choose between her heart and her bloodline. Her forbidden love for Silas awakens a spiritual reckoning, bringing spirits back to claim justice. When the Yabone jar, a sacred family relic that seals ancestral pacts, begins to crack, someone must pay a price. Bayou Blood and Bone. Episode 1, The Bone Charm, narrated story. Ethereal ambient bayou sounds, crickets, slow drums, wind through cypress trees. Narrator, soft, haunting tone. In the heart of the Louisiana Bayou, where moss hangs heavy like secrets from the trees, the blood remembers. The spirits never sleep, and the old ways are never truly gone. Scene 1. The girl with moonlight in her hands. Cue slow zoom on Celestine walking barefoot near the edge of a swamp, fireflies flickering around her, bone charm glowing on her necklace. Celestine Boudreaux was born under a blood moon. Her grandmother said that meant the ancestors whispered her name before she was ever born, that she carried fire and water in her veins, danger and healing. And Celestine had the gift. She could speak to shadows, stir the wind, and feel when something wicked was near. But in the Boudreaux family, power came with rules, and love, that was the most dangerous spell of all. Scene 2. Mambo Odette's warning. Cut to a candlelit cottage filled with herbs, jars, and skulls. Mambo Odette prepares the bone jar at her altar. Mambo Odette: you wearing that charm again, child. That bone don't glow without a reason. Celestine, defensive: it's just warm, grand-mère, like it knows something. Odette: that charm's tied to your soul. If it glows, a choice is coming, and not all choices let you walk away clean. Celestine felt the weight of her grandmother's stare, but her mind was with him. Scene 3. The boy from the cursed line. Cut to nighttime. Celestine meets Silas near a spirit tree by the water. Narrator: Silas Duverney was not supposed to exist in her world. His family was cursed. blacklisted from the root working circles after an ancestor betrayed the Boudreaux bloodline. The Duverneys were said to bring rot where they walked. But Silas, he brought her light. They met in secret, fingers entwined under the spirit tree. When he kissed her palm, her bone charm blazed like lightning. Celestine, whispering, "I don't care what they say. You're not like them." Silas, softly, "Then let me prove it. Let's leave, Seeley. Tonight." Scene 4. The bone jar cracks. Inside the cottage, the bone jar suddenly cracks. Mambo Odette gasps. Odette, "Non." The ancestors are stirring. The spirits are awakening. Candles flicker violently. Wind rushes in. The vives on the floor begin to smolder. Narrator, the bone jar, a sacred vessel passed down through generations, had begun to break. And when the jar breaks, it means a blood debt has been ignored too long. Scene 5. Brother versus Love. Mathieu confronts Silas in the swamp, machete drawn, the bayou dark and violent around them. Mathieu, furious, "You think you can slither back into our lives with sweet words and stolen kisses?" Silas, stepping forward, "I didn't ask for the curse. I didn't ask for any of this." Celestine, rushing between them, "Stop. This ain't what the spirits want." Mathieu, "The spirits want justice, Celestine, not love." Suddenly the charm around her neck flashes. A voice, an ancestor, whispers in the wind. "Blood or bone, child, choose." Scene 6. The choice. Celestine kneels beside the cracked jar in the cottage. Spirits flicker around her. Her grandmother watches silently. Celestine places her bone charm into the jar. Choosing bone, choosing her ancestors. But her tears tell the truth. She's broken her own heart to honor her blood. Narrator, and so the girl with moonlight in her hands made her first sacrifice. But in the bayou, nothing stays buried for long, and some curses are only just beginning. Final shot, the bayou, eerily still. The bone jar glows faintly. A spirit turns toward the camera. Fade to black. Bayou blood and bone. Continuing this rich, emotionally charged Creole hoodoo tale. Episode 2. The Curse Beneath the Cypress. Episode summary. After choosing bone over blood, Celestine believes she's preserved her family's legacy. But something darker has awakened. The cracked bone jar has opened a spiritual wound. Shadows move through the bayou. Animals flee, spirits stir, and when one of the cursed Duverney ancestors returns from the realm of the dead, seeking vengeance, the family must decide, is tradition worth more than truth? New and returning characters. Celestine Boudreaux, still haunted by the choice she made, struggles with guilt, still drawn to Silas, even as danger builds. Mathieu Boudreaux becomes protector of the bone jar, but starts hearing voices. Paranoia and ancestral wrath push him toward violence. Mambo Odette reveals more about the Duverney betrayal, but hides a secret that could shatter the family's foundation. Silas Duverney exiled and enraged. His ancestral talisman begins glowing uncontrollably. He begins hearing his great-grandmother, a conjure woman murdered by the Boudreaux clan. New character, Grandmère Marva, spirit, a powerful, vengeful Duverney root worker, returned from the dead. She whispers to Silas, tempting him with power. Episode 2, narration script, ambient swamp sounds, a lone crow caws in the distance, narrator, calm, intense. When the ancestors whisper, you listen, but when they scream, you run. Cut to Celestine waking up suddenly, sweating. Her bone charm has gone completely black. Scene 1, the swamp bleeds. Bayou water darkens unnaturally. Fish float to the surface. Cypress trees weep red sap. Narrator, the swamp was changing. Something had been let loose, something bound in blood and betrayal. Celestine steps outside, sees animals fleeing, birds vanishing. Mambo Odette whispering, "This ain't no curse, child. This is a reckoning." Scene 2. The spirit in the mirror. Silas looks into his broken mirror. A ghostly woman appears behind him. Grand-mère Marva. Marva, whispery, ghost-like. "They killed me, boy, buried me beneath the cypress. My blood cries out, and yours will answer." Silas, terrified, hypnotized. "What do you want from me?" Marva, justice and fire. Scene 3. A family secret revealed. Odette prepares a ritual circle. Mathieu confronts her. Mathieu, angrily, "You said they betrayed us, but what did we do, grand-mère?" Odette, quietly, "The Boudreaux curse was born from guilt, not grief. Your great-grandpapa, he didn't just fight the Duverneys. He murdered their Mambo, stole her bone jar, and sealed her soul." Mathieu stares at the bone jar in horror. Narrator, "The truth cuts deeper than any blade." Scene 4. The Ancestor's Wrath. Celestine performs a small ritual for peace. The wind howls. Her candles go out. A ghostly figure lunges toward her. Suddenly, she collapses. Her charm cracks. Spirit, Marva, "He is mine now." Final scene, Silas at the tree. Silas kneels under the spirit tree. His talisman floats. Red lightning strikes. Marva, from the wind. "Call the spirits, bury the past, burn the bloodline." Silas, eyes glowing. "Then let them come." Camera pans up as the tree begins to bleed, fade to black.